Ladies and gentlemen, make him feel welcome, Trojan.
All right, so how are we all doing? All right, so we should probably get this out of the way. I'm sure you've all noticed my arm. There's a bit of scarring and so forth, and if I don't address it, then, you know, nobody's going to listen to a word I say, and you're going to miss the jokes. So, I picked this scar up here in high school. Honestly, though, this here's a fistula, and I use it for dialysis, because, you know, the kidneys are stuffed. And, it's no joke. I mean, yeah, they really don't work. My kidneys are about as useful as, tits are to Ian Thorpe. Now, that's not to say I never manage to piss. Once in a while, once a fortnight to once a month at the absolute most, I get probably about this. If that. And it's weird, because dialysis is done in hospital around a large group of people, and it's generally the same people every week. And we all know what people in close proximity that do stuff about once a month tends to happen. They sync up. And I'm here to tell you that how long a minute is really does depend on what side of the toilet door you're fucking standing on, all right? But probably the worst thing about renal failure is just the sheer inability to take a fucking piss. I mean, the kidneys don't work, they don't create urine, and I've fucking lost it. That was stupid. No, seriously though, a friend of mine asked me recently what it is I do when I'm on dialysis. And it seemed like a simple enough question at the time, you know, but he took it a step too far. He goes to me, mate, do you ever have a wank? And I looked at myself, was fucking what? A wank? Since when is jizz and open wounds under clinical conditions ever a good fucking idea? Not to mention this, with dirty, great, big fuck-off needles hanging out of it, not exactly an aphrodisiac. But I said to him, you know, the short answer for that one is, mate, no, I don't have a wank when I'm on dialysis. And he says to me, you mean to tell me that they can create a machine that will clean your fucking blood, but not something that can help you get off while you're on the bastard? And that one really got me thinking, because, you know, what's the test for a fella, at least, as to an expensive piece of anything? I mean, if a fella comes in and says to you, mate, I just bought a pair of jeans for $300, what's the first thing his mates usually say to him? Fuck, champ, does it suck you off for that much? So, you know, personally, if I'm spending $300 on a pair of pants, that thing better have me coming every 50 metres for at least the first week. So by that rationale, and that rationale alone, dialysis machine isn't really worth shit. But I am learning a new skill. Because, I mean, being ambidextrous is a skill, right? Another big issue I've got is finding myself a good woman. And I know I'm a decent looking cat, but once I tend to find a bird who's silly enough to sleep with me, I like to keep her around for a bit. So I tend to look at the long-term female friends I've acquired over the years. I mean, why not? We've been friends for fucking ever. I've obviously done something right to keep him as my friend. And there's always been that sort of tension, you know, but that usually ends with them telling me, you know, well, sex will probably ruin the relationship, which point I've got to play stupid, and I've got to go, well, sweetheart, you're just a friend. Like, why would I want to mess that up? They've got to sit there and listen to their fucking relationship failures over and over and fucking over again. The whole time they're going to overlook me. Now, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is a bit like going for a job interview and having the fella doing the hiring say to you, well, you're more than qualified for the position. And I really do like you a lot as a fella, but not going to hire you. What I am going to do is I'm going to keep your number right here on file so I can call you from time to time when the fella turns up late to work or he's stoned. And I'm going to hire the undereducated fuckwit who just can't do anything right. And whenever he comes to the work functions and gets too pissed, I'll call you again and I'll let you know all about that. And then every time he calls into work sick, and then a friend of the company calls us up just to let us know that he isn't in fact sick, he's actually out at the pub drinking with his mates, guess what? Another phone call. And we're going to continue this process over and over and fucking over again until we finally decide to give this prick the arse because we find out he's actually got a casual job on the side. Thank you very much, guys. You were great.